Okay, so what is the story? So it's about Carlos and his adventure of what?
Finding himself.
Carlos.
The story of Carlos finding himself.
Carlos finds himself. This is the story of Carlos finds himself. Same number sequence starting with number 1. We'll start the story and begin.
Carlos was a tortured soul. Just could not understand the meaning of life, and it was driving him crazy. He had to go out for another cigarette.
And while he was outside, he got thirsty right away. And he said, boy, I could really use a beer.
But unfortunately, when he dug his hands into his pockets, all he came out with was a piece of lint and a phone number that dawned on him was old and from his past.
But he thought, I can call his phone number and come up with someone different that I can tap for a loan.
And so he dialed the number, and on the other side came this mystery voice. Oh, hello, I can help you. Yes? No, I have no idea.
Carlos realized he was talking to Dawn and quickly hung up.
But Dawn quickly called right back and to give a piece of her mind to him.
Dawn screamed to him through the phone, Carlos, I am done supporting your socially unacceptable lifestyle.
And also your addiction to jelly beans. I just have had too many, and also your favorite cinnamon, which I judge greatly.
So Carlos called his other friend Ajax, whose scent he liked better.
Ajax was the cutest little schnauzer he had ever seen.
He loved taking them for walks, and he would always make sure he would stop at the backyard.
And then on one walk, he realized, I'm thirsty because I never had that beer that I wanted. And he looked at Ajax's bowl and said, boy, that water dish looks very appetizing.
Fortunately, schnauzers are not only good money managers, but they're easy to hit for a loan. So Carlos took the water bowl, hit it, and said to Ajax, well, let's go find a joint and get a drink.
So off they went down the road together, clickety clackety hoppity woppity, and lo and behold, there it was, a joint.
And by joint, we mean a bar, not the other kind that Carlos could be assumed to be having.
Just kidding. We actually mean a joint as in an elbow. There's this rogue elbow on the ground. Where are they at? Central America?
Yes. Ajax and Carlos realized all of a sudden that's exactly where they are. South America.
That's when they realized the whole time they were walking, they had crossed over water. They could walk on water. They realized for the first time.
And as Carlos peered into the depths of the water, he saw his reflection reflecting back, and thus he had found himself.
Yay!
I'm so glad he found himself.
Carlos will be so relieved that we figured out his story.
Yeah.
How did that feel for you guys?
Fun.
Yeah, that was good.
I like
that. That was funny.
That was good, right? That was pretty smooth. Do you want to give this one another try?
Sure.
Okay.
That seemed to work.
Let's change up the numbers so you have a new challenge. Okay. So starting with Alex, number 1.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Regina, number 2. Seth, number 3. Ed, number 4. Mary Lou, number 5. Fitz, number 6. Meredith, number 7. Jean, number 8. Miker, number 9. Brett, number 10. Everybody got your numbers?
Yes.
All right, I'm just going to yell at the number and you say your name. 1.
Alex.
2.
Regina.
3.
Seth.
4.
Ed.
5.
Mary Lou.
6.
Ajax.
7. 8.
Jean.
9.
Carlos.
10.
Brett.
Fantastic. Okay, so this time the story is about, who should this story be about?
Gina's magical cup.
Okay. Gina's magical cup it is. Yes, and.
With no other, the undefeated suggestion. You're welcome.
It was the first thing I heard, and that's what I'm going to go with.
You're the only.
Okay. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, clap it out for yourselves. Begin the
Give
story.
yourself a clap.
Once upon a time, there was a magnificent entrepreneur who had a very special gift.
She could take everyday products and turn them into something quite magical indeed. There was once this I was gonna say something else. There was once this
And you can steal the story if someone hesitates.
Very spiffy, bright, shiny object that she held in her hand, and it looked just so beautiful amongst those perfect fingers and the perfectly done fingernails.
And as she picked it up and gazed at it, she figured, I could put all my happy drinks in here and it'll keep them cold.
Suddenly, she realized that she had, yes, another business. She was going to make Gina's magical cups. It was going to be big, folks, very big.
She realized that she would have to be very careful in the marketing because the question that would always come up is, which cup of Gina's is truly magical, since there were several of them available.
That's when she realized she needed to start monogramming her cups. Because, see, everyone realized the wonderful potential power in this product, and she didn't want anyone else stealing it from her.
And of course, that monogram needed to be bedazzled. And so she painstakingly took her hot glue gun and glued each special jewel to form a monogram.
She found soon that living a monogrammed life was the only way for her, and started monogramming everything she could get her little monogrammy hands on.
The dogs were not pleased by that whatsoever.
The obsession of monogramming everything, it was taking over her mental state. Before you knew it, she was outside on a ladder, monogramming the shingles of her house.
She found her monogram cups sold spectacularly, but was trying to figure out why the D cups sold better than any other monogram cup. And my wife knew that's where my brain was going.
And then one day, a thief dressed in all black with a machete came and realized that he wanted her monogrammed cup and held her and demanded it.
Oh, and that's not all he demanded. He had some other quest in his mind.
He wanted her to practice non-monogamy.
And he said, "You're not just a single Marco. You're not just a bi Marco, but you're a tri Marco."
And soon it got so hot, the bedazzled jewels just fell right off the cup.
The moral of the story is,
Buy high quality glue guns.
For your family jewels.
Woo!
Nice
That was
job.
awesome.
Nice job. Good job falling off track and staying on track. How did that feel, that moment of falling off track because someone didn't take their place?
I didn't even notice.
Go off, but once we did, it was fine.
Yeah.
Just jump on it. Jump on it.
Yeah, so we had that kind of throw it all off, and it just had a little bit of a hesitation, but then it came right back. So I thought that was good.
Who missed? Did I miss it?
Yes.
Oh, I kept wondering who. Like, I was. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
no, we went from Alex to Kevin.
Okay.
And sorry, Brett. Brett said something before me, and my phone cut out, and I didn't hear it. So I responded to whoever spoke before him. So sorry.
Yeah, I guess
Sorry,
I was
Brett.
thinking it was after Alex. I forgot.
That's okay. No, everybody jumped in and just ran with it. And the reason why I'm trying to warm you up into a sequence is so that you have a structure to follow, just to get used to give and taking of the story. But I think this is a game that you don't necessarily have to follow that pattern. Does that make sense to everyone? I also just wanted to make sure that everybody got an opportunity to do their thing, so that everyone had an opportunity. You start to do this more, you want to be part of the story. You're gonna jump out there and take it, right? It's kind of like being on stage. We want our moment on stage to have our idea. This, just because we're on Zoom, we have to really get really good at give and take here, because we have to really pay attention to who's speaking, who's not speaking, and the overlap, and sometimes there's going to be a delay. So I thought it worked. Super fun. How do you guys feel about trying out a press conference?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who feels comfortable? And I would say the person, a player who's actually done a lot of guessing, I would say I default to you. And I can definitely be convinced otherwise. But sending that person out into the waiting room while we come up with who you are. So based on that, is there anybody who's like dying to be the guesser?
It doesn't matter. I can do it if you want. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you're the
Yeah,
first one.
whoever out there.
You're the first one to speak up, Brett. So I'll send you out there. But before we do, let's just all get on the same page, because God knows I haven't played this in forever. So Brett is going to come back as a certain celebrity, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's making an announcement about something.
Correct.
Is there something
Right.
else? Is there something else that we're missing with that?
No.
That's it.
It's just
Or it
those
could be
two,
a fictional character.
and it could be a fictional character. So
Like Donald Duck or something like that.
yeah. So he's going to come back as a celebrity or a fictional character, making an announcement about something. The rest of us are reporters. So I want to put this out there before Brett leaves. Once we decide what those things are for Brett to guess, I want you to quickly think of what you might represent as far as like TV or newspaper, and I want you to change your names. Does everybody remember how to change their names?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're new to changing your name, you would go, let's make sure I remember how to do it.
Upper right of your picture.
Upper right, there's 3 dots. And you'll see edit. Is it edit? No, rename.
Rename.
You'll go to rename and you'll change your name. So if you decide to be Betty Boop from the Betty Boop Times, you could either put in Betty Boop Times or Betty Boop. This way, Brett, when he comes back, he can call you out as that reporter. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Having
So
trouble
where-
finding my rename. Here I go.
Where do you go to rename yourself?
Up in the right corner
Of your video box.
of your video box, you'll see 3 dots.
You'll see a mute button. Right is 3 dots.
Yeah.
And it says more underneath it?
No. When you hit the 3 dots, you'll see the word my audio, stop video, rename.
No.
No, mine doesn't either. It
Yeah.
says meeting settings, minimize meeting,
It might
disconnect.
be because it's my
Here, let me
phone.
share. Can I share the screen and I'll
Yeah.
show you?
Yeah, let me
Oh,
make
that's
sure.
disabled. You share your screen.
Oh, well, I want to. Can you wait? Are you able to share it?
Disabled. Says it's disabled.
You got to go into the
Meeting settings to change that.
right.
But I think it's because they have an iPhone or iPad, so it doesn't show in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you can't change your name, then you're just raise your hand when you want to ask a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Regardless, like
Pardon?
to indicate that we have a question.
Yeah. If you've got a question, go ahead and I got a question. And if you haven't changed your name, you could just then give yourself a name
Mhm.
when you get called on, like you would do, in the show.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Brett, do you have any questions before I send you away?
Nope.
Okay, let me make sure I can send you away. Okay, I'm sending you away.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
see you later.
Bye.
Thank God.
He's finally
I thought
gone.
he'd leave.
Okay. All right. So who is he?
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
I like that.
Sorry.
I like that. Does everybody know who Carol Baskin is?
Nope.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
hard
so-
to not know.
She works, is she PETA?
She actually had her own tiger farm and
Oh, that's right.
foundation to save tigers, and she was a competitor with all the other tiger farm people, including the Tigers Preserve here, and the guy, what's his name, Joe Exotic, supposedly plotted to kill her because she was always up his ass in like trying to get him in trouble, and he eventually ended up in jail because I think he was accused of trying to kill her. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, or everyone says she fed her husband to tigers.
And everybody says her because her husband
Doing improv
disappeared.
practice.
Her
Come
husband
on.
disappeared, and the rumor is that she cut him up and fed him to tigers.
Who did
And then
that?
she got remarried.
Carol Baskin did that?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the rumor.
Oh.
That's
Well,
the
obviously,
rumor.
it's not going to be a cookbook.
What's that?
So obviously, it's not going to be a cookbook.
It's not going to be a cookbook. No. Okay, so everybody good on Carol Baskin?
Yeah.
And you have the internet at your fingertips too if
Yep.
you need to Google something.
Yes, I just did. Thank you.
Perfect.
Mhm.
And what is Carol Baskin announcing?
Hmm.
Hmm.
That she's going to marry Joe Exotic?
Ooh.
Oh, it's kind of similar though.
Close. Too similar, yeah.
Too similar.
But that would be awesome if that actually happened.
That would be pretty funny though.
Well, we
That
could
would
do
be-
that.
I mean,
You know, she's opening a cooking school.
Of that too.
She's going into the henna tattoo business.
Why not? Why not? Anybody got anything else?
Did you say hidden or henna?
Henna.
Tattoo one too, though.
Cool.
Like on your butt cheek.
Yeah.
Are we good with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so
So- What is it? Is it henna or?
henna.
Yeah.
Henna.
Sorry.
H-E, temporary
The
tattoos.
Temporary tattoos.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Oh, we got to put our names in there, right?
Yeah, put your name in. If you're able to do it. Mary Lou, I could have swore you did it before.
I did it before. I can't find it this time.
Top right corner of your picture.
I know I've got the 3 dots and I don't come out with the to change it. Sorry.
Do you see mute audio?
Yep.
And then stop video,
Yep.
chat,
Yep.
rename.
Nope.
That is so weird.
Yep. Nope.
That is so weird. Okay. Okay. All right, let's bring him back. We're going to bring him back. Here he comes. Oh, yes. It is time to start our press conference with our guest of honor who has so much to share with us about this big announcement. Would anybody like to start? Has the first question?
Well, I'd like to maybe say something or not. I'll just skip and go right to questions.
Oh, no, you could. No, you could.
Don't worry. If somebody just wants to randomly shout questions at a press conference, that's fine. I'll handle them.
No, that's fun. No, we would like you to speak. Go right ahead.
Well, no. Does anybody have any questions?
No, please talk.
Sure. Well, I'm glad everybody's here today. I'm glad you can make it out. I'm real excited. I'm really hoping to just, jump right into this thing and get it out there. So. Oh, yes, sir. The sir in blue there.
Yes. Tony from Zoo Books. We're just wondering, we understand the timing, but exactly why this decision? We understand the timing again. We know why.
Sure.
Right, in terms of why this.
Yeah, well, it seemed like the right thing to do. And I checked with my numerologist and they said it was time. Next question. Yes, sir. Grumpy old man in the yellow.
It's me, damn it. Barely believable. WLIE News. You think in the current economic times, this is a smart move?
Well, I think any move is going to be a smart move if I make it. So I think that's smart on my part to make a move. Yes, young lady with the straight up hand there.
This is Kara from Kittens and Cubs magazine. Do you think that this is a proper direction to go in?
Well, there's proper and there's improper, and it's just the level of what you decide to look at, right? So I feel this is proper for me, of who I am as a person, in stylish patterned clothes. So I'm very much happy with it. Yes, lady with the penis microphone. Go ahead.
It's Brett from the Herbalist. Yeah. Okay, what do you think the kids are going to think about this?
Well, I think the kids, once they get into it, they're going to really enjoy it. I think they're going to have a lot of good times. Yes, sir. Yes, the gentleman in the dark black shirt.
Yeah. Pete from the paper.
Yeah.
You think the public's like holding you down and keeping you all caged up?
Oh, most definitely. A lot of people are. One in particular, and I'm, not allowed to use expletives, but let's just say I'm not a fan of Baskin Robbins. So, yes, sir. And the gentleman in the glasses with the blue shirt, not with his wife next to him.
That's you. That's not me then.
That's you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh. Well, I do have an invisible wife, but
Okay.
I'm fee-fi-fo from the Scholastic Times. And can you tell us, is there kind of a tale attached to your doing this?
Oh, there's so many tails. I'm getting tail left and right doing this. I'm telling you what, it's been a great experience. So I'm looking forward to this new avenue to pursue, which I'm, still not quite too sure about, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. Let's go with the young lady with her hand straight up.
This is Lydia from Beachwear Shop Tabloid. So how do you feel about being in a business where things look real, but they're not real?
Well, that's a deep question. I have been in a business where I've been trying to make things look real for so long that I'm not even sure what's real anymore. And I'm not sure exactly what that means. Yes, lady with the penis microphone again.
It's Brett from the herbalist again, okay? Get it straight, dude.
Sorry.
All right, so that Lawsonia intermaris. What do you know about that? Because you should know about it.
About Lawsonium intermaris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should know about that. It's, but I try to avoid knowing too many things. I got so much in my head right now that I just have no place to know that. So, yes, gentleman in a blue shirt next to his wife.
Yes.
Not his invisible wife, but his actual wife.
He doesn't exist either. Tim from Psychology Weekly, why do you hate yourself so much?
Oh,
As
man.
you did before, I think you just said you hated yourself so much, and you didn't want to use an expletive. So, just why would you hate yourself so much? You've done so much good.
It's just something that I feel I have to do because the world just loves me so much. I mean, I've got millions and millions of followers who are supporting me in every effort that I make to prevent the cruelty of certain Joe Exotics of the world. And so they're going to be super supportive of me no matter what I decide to do. So I have to hate myself because no one else does.
Follow-up question.
Sure.
Why is your art form going to be so impermanent?
Oh, well, because it needs to change. The world needs to change. So my art needs to change. So it can't be permanent. So it's got to be impermanent.
Oh, follow-up question. Follow-up.
Yes, young lady with straight up hand.
Yes, about the art form not being permanent. How do you feel about when that art form melts down your back?
Well, when it melts down my back, it makes for an interesting feeling, and I quite like it too. Yeah, sure. Yes. Lady in the green shirt. We haven't heard from you. Yes.
Well, I like to save my comments till later.
Oh,
But
okay.
I just want to say, I think it is wonderful that you're changing directions here. This is something that the children will enjoy. And I think it will also help the economy always here, wherever you settle, because the children will just flock to take advantage of this.
I'm hoping so. That's my whole thing, is to exploit the children and make money off of them. So that's my goal. Yes, lady with the fancy artwork in the background there.
Hi, Gloria from Tigger Times. I'm trying to. Have you bought any land yet? Like maybe over near Seaboard Street, where your companies might find the most customers?
No, we haven't yet. You know, we're still working on it. You know, we're really trying to check out all sorts of locations. You know, I hear there's a mall in North Myrtle Beach that might be available soon. But we're looking really to expand wherever we can. Oh, yes, lady in charge of everything.
Hi, it's Fiona from InkMe. I'm just
Oh.
curious, is the profitability permanent or temporary?
Well, it's going to be both. It's going to be permanent for me and temporary for my current husband. So,
Okay.
yeah, I think we have time for one more question. Let's go with the gentleman in the yellow shirt.
How do you respond to the charges that Hanna-Barbera wants to stick it to you?
Well, you know, I just want to respond with they can just shove it themselves. You know, and we might have time for one more question after that because, yeah, gentleman with the black shirt on.
Yeah, Pete from the paper again. How many colors are you gonna use?
Well, I'm going to use all the colors of the rainbow, all of them. I think it's important to incorporate rainbow colors into
Very
everything.
unconventional. Okay.
Yes, Brett with the penis mic.
Again, this is Brett with the herbalist. Yeah, I enjoy my microphone. I strike it off, but anyway. Are you going to use natural and organic only? Because that's the way it should be with that type of chemical compound.
Oh, most definitely. It's definitely going to be organic. Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel that I can get the most out of, you know, just directly from the animals using possible like tiger poop. That may work. So, yeah.
Okay,
One last question. One last question.
One last question. We have
All
to
right.
wrap it up.
Yes, lady with the fancy artwork on her wall.
Hi, Evelyn here from Tigger Times again.
Yes.
I saw in the press release you emailed out that you have a tramp stamp yourself. Do you mind showing us so we can get a few photos before we go?
Oh, well, you know, I don't like to show and tell unless I'm going to kill you. So that's something that the only thing I show to people. So, you know, I think I'm ready to hear to just, you know, end this and just let you know, as Carol Baskin, you know, my tattoo parlor is going to be the biggest thing to hit Myrtle Beach ever. So thank you very much for all your help and asking questions. Oh, my tattoo parlor of.
Don't be so permanent with us.
Yeah.
You gonna bring what's her name and her sisters with you?
You might want to practice some Mehendi, a form of body art from ancient India.
I don't think you'll be using needles.
Right on both hands.
Oh, we're just going to be finger painting it on.
That's with tiger poop. Finger painting with tiger poop.
Yes, that's the plan. No, well, using, you know, it's not going to be permanent. No, it's going to be hentai involved. Really, like lick on, stamp on tattoos is kind of what we're going to go for.
What do you call them?
Hentai. That's anime porn.
Anime porn. And a tattoo.
Works.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, yay! I got it finally.
Good job, Brett.
That was
Nice.
fun.
Nice job.
Yeah, it was good. Good clues.
That was fun. That was fun.
That was really
Thanks
fun.
for the redirection to Carol Baskins because I thought it was Joe Exotic. So
Good.
Yeah.
That I thought that went pretty smoothly. How's everybody feel?
Oh, well, I guess it's just like any other time, like when you're in person, sometimes it's hard to tell when. I knew he didn't have it because I knew he thought he was Joe Exotic, but I didn't know if everybody else was moving on to the second clue or if they didn't realize he didn't have it, you know, but that happens in the theater too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's normal.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of time. Do you guys want to do another one of these?
Yeah, if you want to.
Sure.
Anybody dying to guess?
I want to.
All right.
all right.
Ah.
We're gonna send you away.
Okay.
Let me send you away. Where's
Send
the
me
ice?
away.
Hi, Alex.
Bye.
Okay.
Meredith and Alex both left. So there you go. And
What's
also
that?
Regina.
And Regina. Oh, magic trick. That's a magic trick.
Off somewhere.
Magic trick.
Get my fingernail clippers.
Okay, who is
Click
Alex?
something else. You're on Zoom.
I'm gonna clip my toes.
Who is Alex?
Thank you for your commitment, Regina.
Alex
Look
is-
nice for you guys.
Hey, all the beauty stuff opens back up next week.
Does it really?
But the
Yes, I just booked my wax appointment as soon as the governor announced it.
we'll expect selfies.
There
Yes.
you go. Can she be the governor of South Carolina? We won't make her say like McMaster or anything, but just the governor of South Carolina.
Let's make her the governor. That's hysterical. Okay, governor of South Carolina.
Great.
Oh my God, what is she announcing?
She's going for a waxing next week.
Perfect.
Is that what you guys want?
Sure.
Okay.
That works.
I like it. The governor's getting waxed next.
The governor is getting waxed. Fantastic. All right. Do you want to change your names? Anybody who wants to change their names?
Not that I can. Gotta think about it.
Okay. All right. We ready to bring her back?
I think so.
Bring her back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring her back.
Is Meredith coming back the same time Alex comes back?
Here in the
All
back.
right.
Hey. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention, I am on my phone. So whoever wants to talk or like ask a question, just say it. So it zooms to your, like, you know what I mean? So I don't see everyone lined up around each other.
What an odd announcement.
Do what?
What an odd announcement for you.
Yeah.
Is that the typical announcement you want the people to know about? Is that really important at this time?
It's very important. Yes, very important to me.
Okay. Do you want to ask for questions?
Yes, I am ready for questions. Whoever else is ready.
Hey, this is Miss Pete from the Columbia Times. Yeah, how come now? Really? Now?
You know, I just feel like now is the time. I'm ready more than ever.
It's Fiona from Political Discourse. Do you feel like you're going to get some pushback because, well, you don't always make the best decisions?
You know, you are very right, Fiona. I am not known for making well thought out decisions. So yeah, I'm very worried about it. Yes.
Edward from Capital Times. Is this going to come out of taxpayer dollars, or did you do a GoFundMe?
I am a very big fan of GoFundMe. So that's probably the direction that I will take. And probably a little bit from taxpayer dollars as well. I'll just do all of it.
Oh, over here.
Yes, blue shirt man.
Yes, Jed from the Ulrey Independent. It is a pleasure to speak with you. I was wondering, with your weekly briefings, when you debrief, will it look better?
Whenever I debrief, it usually does look better. I'm not sure how much better.
I mean, after your announcement, of course.
After the announcement, yes.
Oh, excuse me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm the Two You Think I Am from the Myrtle Beach Sun-Times, and the 6 readers of our paper want to know, when you do something, do you actually consult with people and get information, or do you just make decisions totally off the top of your head without thinking?
The tippy top of my head. That is where I make my decision. There are no people that are consulted.
This is Arnold from WMBF. I was wondering, I was surprised today. You announced that you were going to be doing this press conference, and you actually showed up on time. So, is everything all right with you? Like,
You know what? I actually just started doing a ton of Adderall. So
okay.
I am starting to get places faster now. Thank you so much for because usually I am very late. I don't know, maybe it's a Southern thing. I'm always very late usually. So
excuse me, it's Fiona again.
Yes, Fiona.
I've always been curious. Do you feel like you were like the last one asked to the dance because you really shouldn't be where you are today?
Every day I wonder how I got here. It just really, it's like I feel like the position I'm in, no one trusts me. So I actually feel a little nervous that I'm in charge of so many decisions.
Right.
Bubba from Moonshine News, you've issued some statements every week, open in different parts. And you mentioned pools this week, but didn't say nothing about swimming holes. So what about swimming holes?
Well, I'm going to release that next week. I got a little distracted because I was at McAllister's today. And so I just got real into the sandwich I was eating.
I've got a follow-up question on your venture here. Are you using liquid or paste?
I'm using both just to be safe.
Yeah, this is Pete from the Pamplico paper. Is it gonna hurt?
Is that the whole question?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of a masochist, so I don't mind if it hurts a little. Hopefully, maybe it will.
Miss Pate again from the Columbia Times.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering if you're going to go that way like the Saint-Tropez girls go.
I'm open to a lot of different directions. Kind of think of myself as a human compass, wherever the wind takes me.
Well, they go full, right? It's a full.
Full. Huh.
Well,
Okay.
if she even goes that route, he goes that route. I mean, I was gonna ask, what area were you considering?
Oh, I just assumed.
Oh, I mean, we don't know.
Will it affect
We
the entire
don't.
South is what we want to know. Will the entire southern region be affected?
I'm fine. I am on a
I would like to know.
What? Yes, the woman with the hair behind her ears. What were you saying?
Go ahead. You might answer my question first. Go ahead. I just don't know if we should really be taking advice from Brazil in this terrible economy right now. I've seen their work. I've seen what they've been doing lately. It's not pretty.
That's a good point. It's a really good point.
Yeah, this is Pete from Pamplico again. Yeah, Pete from Pamplico. You doing this over by the airport, by the landing strip?
That's an interesting idea. I'll definitely take that into consideration. uh, by the airport. Okay.
Arnold from WMBF here. Is Kelly Clarkson kind of one of your go-to scream words in this situation? Or not, that's fine.
You know, I hear that she's a good person to confide in. So I might have to.
Well, I'm just saying screaming out, her name sometimes helps. Just, oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, okay. Anytime. Yes, red hair.
I'm just curious, why not threading?
Well, waxing seems to be the way to, just really be in the moment. Just to rip the hair right out of your skin. Yeah?
So,
No?
Right now?
Are you making are you ready to announce?
I think that I am.
Okay.
I think that McMaster, as governor of South Carolina, I am announcing that I am getting waxed.
Yay!
Nice job.
Yeah.
Good job, Alex.
Thank you. Good job. Yeah, you guys were making me laugh.
Gosh, we don't want to do that.
The waxing, I had to think about that for a minute. That was taking me a minute right there.
I think you got thrown off by the airport too.
I know.
Sorry.
And why Ed knows that, I don't know.
Maybe it's Maurice.
Maybe it was Maurice. Maybe it was
That's Mr.
Maurice.
Chestnut Eyes, Ed.
He's a bad influence.
Oh. Any as a debrief, any feedback on press conference or on the self-conducted story?
I think they both worked,
Mm-hmm.
in this environment.
Yeah.
I think the missing element was Mary Lou in the last 5 minutes of that game. If only she was there.
Yeah.
Frankly, in the
Basically, it's all falling apart.
I got stopped on sandwich. All I could think of was something.
Mary Lou, if we were in a show right now, you would not be allowed to leave the stage.
That has never stopped me.
Silent or vibrate?
You have to go get her waxing done.
This is true.
By the airport.
This is true.
Because you need a landing strip.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get it. Ed, that was genius.
Oh, man.
I take it that Alex did not guess it, or did she guess it?
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got it. She got
You even
it.
named him by name.
Yeah, she even got McMaster right. Not
Governor
McAllister. Not
Yeah.
McAllister's.
Yeah.
Governor McAllister.
Uh-huh.
She actually got McMaster's. Okay, I think those are two games that worked really well. Going into the next practice, is there something in particular you guys want to play? I want to try, I'd like to try some foreign expert or just panel of experts.
I think you could do like plenty too.
Okay.
I think that would work.
Dating game, too.
What
Yeah,
was
the
that?
dating
I think
game.
we could do a dating game.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. So let's go for the next one. We'll do dating game and plenty too.
Maybe Zoom party quirks. These are all guessing ones, of
Yeah.
course. But
Yeah.
options.
Mm-hmm.
But
Could
I think
Soap
the,
it up. Could you do soap it up? I don't know if somebody could play some music.
Yeah,
Soap it up
that'd be a good idea.
with two people.
maybe that'll be like the third practice.
Yeah.
Or
Some-
softcore porn?
Sometimes the music gets a little quirky because we gotta wait till it's done before we.
Yeah. I want to get us used to just like
Right.
playing and then try to move the music into it. So I think plenty two and dating game, both of those would work really well. and I want to try to keep these at an hour because people get Zoom fatigue. And I don't know about all of you, but I'm on Zoom like all day long. So by 6 o'clock at night, I'm like way zoomed out.
Sounds like a new designer drug.
Which part of that sounds like the drug?
I'm on Zoom all day, and by the end of the night, I'm zoomed out.
Yes.
The entire fucking sentence.
Exactly.
My cat's on Zoom too, but we got him a catnip banana that he's been chasing around. So
Okay, well, we'll try for next Monday if that works for everybody. Today's Monday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
Monday at 6.
yeah, we'll aim for that for next Monday.
Cool.
That
Okay.
works for everybody.
I'm working.
Oh.
What, Micah, what's your schedule like?
Pretty much like every other, like I'm off on this week, then I'm not off next week.
Okay.
But like this week I'm off Monday, Tuesday, but I'm on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, off Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
on Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
This
All
repeats.
right.
like if you're in the hospital, you know.
Yeah.
And I have to double check my schedule too, just to make sure. So I'm launching a big teleconference next Tuesday. So hopefully Monday will make sense for me, but I'm going to look at my schedule and then I'll let you guys know.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Cool.
Hope this
Yeah,
was
this was
helpful.
awesome. Thanks, everybody.
It's good to see
Yeah.
everybody.
Seeing everybody.
Okay, good. See
Yeah.
you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye.